The 2024 blowout is on now at the new Lloydminster Nissan. All remaining 2024 vehicles are priced at cost. Save thousands on a 2024 Nissan Armada, perfect for your family. Or check out the rugged 2024 Nissan Pathfinder and Nissan Frontier while they last. Plus, take advantage of half-price oil changes all month long and save 20% on brakes and rotors, including parts and labor. But only until April 30th. At the new Lloydminster Nissan, we won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
I would like to welcome you inside the new Lloydminster Nissan, home of the half-price oil change this month. Call 780-875-3335 and book your oil change today. Plus, get 20% off on brakes. That includes parts and labor. Plus, the new Lloydminster Nissan is blowing out the remaining 2024 vehicles at cost. So stop in and check us out at the new Lloydminster Nissan. You're looking for a Pathfinder? Boy, we've got a gorgeous red Pathfinder on the lot yet from 2024. It's beautiful, and we have a great selection of Frontiers as well. That's about it for 2024. So check it out at the new Lloydminster Nissan. Center Stage Studios production of Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella Youth Edition takes over the Vic Juba Theatre May 2nd and 3rd for 3 performances. And Kathryn Edwards is here, Macie Jacobson is here, and Harmony Pollard is here today to talk to us about that production, which everyone is looking forward to. It's not just the name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has 2 locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your big blue jugs a whole lot quicker and easier. And for great tasting water right from your tap, call the Superior Water team and ask about their under-the-sink reverse osmosis systems. 780-875-6636. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste. After all, it is Superior Water. Open on 57th Avenue, Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 5, and they have a coin-operated location right by 7-Eleven, just off Highway 17 South. Enter today for the KM and KP Spring Sizzler Contest. Live with Kurt Price and KM Artesian Hot Sauce are excited to offer you the chance to win a brand new 5-burner Canadian-made barbecue and KM Artesian Hot Sauce for a year. That is 1 bottle every 2 weeks. 24 bottles of hot sauce coming your way. It's always important to shop local whenever possible. And with the summer grilling season already upon us, you're going to be purchasing Canadian beef, pork, and chicken. And why not pick up some KM Artesian hot sauce to go with it? It's made not only in Canada, but right here in Lloydminster. Follow both the KM Artesian Hot Sauce and Live with Kurt Price pages on Facebook for details and how to enter. Tough loss last night for the PWM Steelers to North York at the Civic Centre. They're back on the ice tonight, 7 p.m., taking on Saskatoon and needing a win after losing their last 2. The future of women's hockey has arrived here in Lloydminster for the 2025 Esso Cup, and it has been a blast. There are games at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and the Steelers play each night in the round robin, which wraps up tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So we invite you, Brent Loney told us that this being Easter week and the kids out of school, you can bring them down to watch some hockey or enjoy the games and fun that are out in the parking lot.
We have the family fun zone set up in there, giant tent out in the parking lot. We got all different types of games, ping pong, cornhole, synthetic ice and shooting galleries. I believe there's a basketball net. We've got food trucks in there. There's a coffee bar, all kinds of exciting stuff for kids and for families. Come down, just get involved, get down to the rink, check it out. Civic Center, final hurrah. You gotta come and be a part of it.
Tickets are available at the door for $15 each during the round robin games and $20 during the playoffs, which happen on Friday and Saturday. Get your tickets and be there when Canada's Women's U18 Club champions are crowned on Saturday night. The Lloydminster Agricultural Exhibition Association's Chase the Ace is back with a jackpot that starts at $25,000. Once again, tickets are $10 each, 3 for $25, 8 for $50, or 20 for $100. 3 ways to buy those tickets online at lloydx.com. lloydx.com/chase the ace, e-transfer to chase the ace at lloydx.com. Password must be included, CTALEX, and your name and phone number and email must be on there as well. To purchase in person, you can head down to the exhibition office 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. The first draw is tonight. The Lloydminster Ukrainian Cultural Association, also known as the Malonka Dancers, present Vesna on the Border May 3rd at the WLS Convention Center. Daryl Phillips told us it's a new name, but this is not a new event. It is a very familiar event.
Through COVID, we ended up having our Malonka in May, and we did it out at Rolling Greens.
Yes, yeah.
And
Couple of years.
honestly, the feedback was great, because the weather is so much better. And so last year it was so bitterly cold, and we made a decision this year that we're going to move it back to May. Vesna actually is a Ukrainian word for like spring fling.
Tickets are selling quickly. They are $75 each. That includes your vodka shot at the door, a great meal, and entertainment by millennia. Call 639-840-0499 or Google Malonka Dancers in Lloydminster and use the QR code to purchase your tickets. Umbrella Marketing Design is proud to present Elevate 2025 on May 10th, a day designed for young women ages 12 to 18 and their moms and mother figures to develop life skills and keep them safe. The day starts with registration, icebreakers, and introductions before a group of 5 panelists share their stories. The Chatterbox sessions will be followed by empowerment sessions where attendees can choose from 4 different topics, including nutrition, physical health, life skills, and how to stay safe on social media. The keynote speaker is Jess Tatu, and she is the sole owner of the Just For You Day Spas in Saskatchewan and Alberta. Tickets $65 each, or get a pair for $100 for moms and daughters. And you can pick up tickets at umbrella-inc.ca. You're invited to be part of the Housing and Homelessness Symposium, May 7th at the Nissan Hall. That day includes guest speakers, 2 fireside chats, which I'm excited to host. Kagan Neen with the Social Action Coalition Society says there will be something for everyone when it comes to communication, with several of their participants having booths set up.
We want to have just an open opportunity to have conversations. So even when the sessions are done, there are going to be coffee breaks. All of the different organizations are going to have booths set up so that people can come and talk to us, ask questions, and it's much easier to learn one-on-one versus a big group asking a bunch of different questions, because maybe you don't feel like your voice is being heard or your ideas are being considered.
Tickets are only $25. They're available through the City of Lloydminster website. That includes lunch and the evening's awards show. Tickets are only $25 for that, and they are accepting nominations right now for those awards. And the Household Recycling Roundup presented by Alberta Recycling Management Authority is happening next Saturday, May 3rd. Oh, I can't believe next week is May already. It takes place one day from 10 to 2, so this is a chance for you to safely dispose of everything from propane tanks to paint and medications, electronics, oil filters, and a whole lot more. If you need pickup, they'll do that as well. Just call 306-821-7257 before 6 p.m. on Friday, May 2nd. Cupcakes for Caregivers is a great way to recognize the people in our lives that go above and beyond to help others in our community. You can nominate a caregiver by sending an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. Cheryl Campbell with the Libby Young Center is our latest recipient, and we were excited to recognize her for the great work she does for the Libby Young Center and how she's made herself better to better take care of their clients. Cupcakes for Caregivers is proudly brought to you by Sobeys Lloydminster and the Lloydminster District United Way. Remember, 1 in 4 people are caregivers in some way, and you can nominate a caregiver today in your life by emailing livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. They're committed, certified, reliable, and they will help you get your life back. 1-833-246-8326 is the number for BioClean Disaster Services. You see their name on the swimming pool, and you'll recognize them as sponsors of a lot of events in Lloydminster, and that's because they are Lloydminster's local restoration company. Not only are they Lloydminster's local restoration company, they're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company. And taking care of your belongings, taking care of your property is very important, but what really matters to BioClean Disaster Services is taking care of you. 1-833-246-8326. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to find out about Cinderella at the Vic Juba Theatre, May 2nd and 3rd.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family.
With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back. You help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
The brand new community of Wellings Lloydminster lives life to the fullest. At Wellings, their mission is to enable connection, build community, and enrich the lives of their 55-plus members. Discover a new way of living and retirement at Wellings of Lloydminster and experience more freedom with every choice you make. At Wellings of Lloydminster, independence speaks for itself, and the social opportunities outside your door are endless. Visit Wellings of Lloydminster at 3211 72nd Avenue on the Alberta side and discover more at wellingsoflloydminster.com. We are really excited to have two members of the stage crew with us.
The cast.
The cast.
Yes.
Why did that word totally escape me here? And of course, Kathryn Edwards is here from Center Stage Studios as well. But we're excited to introduce you to a couple of the cast members, two of the major cast members for Cinderella Youth Edition, May 2nd and 3rd at the Vic Juba Theatre. We have got with us today, we have Macie Jacobson with us, and we have Harmony Pollard with us. And every time you bring people to see us, I get so excited about the show. So I'm so glad that you guys have not only come down today, but you've brought two new members who've never been on the program before.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So tell us about Cinderella, the classic tale of Cinderella.
The classic tale of Cinderella. So it's always nice when we can showcase, shows that primarily we've done a lot of like Disney shows, that like those musicals. This one is more of a classic musical, so it was kind of nice to kind of branch out and do something a little bit more classic. As you said, it's by Rodgers and Hammerstein, so they were they're a very well-known musical theater duo from like the golden age of musical theater is what you call it. So like kind of 60s, 70s, that kind of era. So yeah, they did a musical version of Cinderella, which is your classic story, with some elements of like music thrown in and choreography. There's been a few adaptations of this stage musical, and so this is, I guess, the youth edition, so condensed version of, I think, their original stage musical that they put on. So.
How many cast members do you have this year?
A lot. So our it's actually the same group that was in Finding Nemo as well. So we have, I think it's 85 kids that are on stage, and they range from grades kindergarten to grade 12.
You guys have done 3 productions this year already.
Yeah. So this is actually our 3rd production this year. So we did we had a musical, Finding Nemo, that we did in. Back in end of January, beginning of February. And then our theater exploration group class it's just straight theater. They just wrapped their production of Hamlet a few weeks ago. So yeah.
A lot of the same cast is in all three?
No, so the musical theater productions is one class that we have, and then the theater exploration group class is a separate group. So I think there was 10 kids in that class this year. So because we do try to offer not just musical theater, we're really branching out in what we're offering at the studio. And so a lot of kids, the singing and acting part, it just doesn't really appeal to them. And so we wanted to also offer programming not just for kids that want to sing and act and dance. So it's, anything that, relatively anything you can do on the stage.
So for Macie and for Harmony, you guys were in Nemo as well?
Yeah.
Okay, when do you start getting serious about Cinderella? Was it right after? Or
Yeah.
were you studying both at the same time?
No, we started doing Cinderella right after we finished Finding Nemo.
Okay, so that to me doesn't seem like that long ago.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
So was there more time to get ready for Finding Nemo?
I would say so.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
I think at the beginning of the year we did go over a couple of the songs at the very beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Originally that wasn't our plan. We were going to do basically a junior production and a senior production, and then just the way that it worked out when we kind of sat down and saw the enrollment and just the opportunities for casting and that kind of thing, me and my stage manager, we kind of looked at each other during the first week of read-throughs and went, I think we should put them all in both productions, just like I said, just how it worked out as far as casting goes. We have a lot of kids in sort of that like middle school age. That's kind of where the bulk of our kids are, and which would have been our junior production as well, but then also not quite as many in our senior, so it just worked out to just kind of combine them both. And we also gave the opportunity, so if they were, say, a main character in Finding Nemo, they're more of an ensemble character for Cinderella and vice versa. So it really gives the kids the chance to experience what it's like to be right in front as a principal character, but also as an ensemble character as well, which is just as important, So it's nice to be a main character, but it's good to get that experience from both ends.
So you guys were kind of in the back of Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
There were waves and sharks and
fish.
Which do you prefer?
Definitely being Cinderella.
You do you?
I would be Cinderella any day over being water.
A moonfish.
Well, I guess the costumes would dictate that a little bit too.
Yeah.
Is that the main reason? Or is it because you like to be front and center?
I like to be front and center, and the costumes.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah.
The costumes for ensemble were a little bit humbling for Finding Nemo, but it was lots of fun, don't worry.
I mean, it's not every day that you're in grade 12 dressing up like a fish.
So tell us about playing Cinderella.
I think it's really awesome because ever since I was young, I always loved Cinderella's my favorite Disney princess. So to feel like I'm that I feel like the younger me would be really happy.
How did you get cast as Cinderella? Did you know right away this is what you wanted, that's the role you wanted?
Well, Kathryn likes to keep us on edge.
Yeah.
So she doesn't tell us the musical until a while, and then we all get an equal opportunity to audition for the part, and then she'll let us know kind of a week after that. So I auditioned for Cinderella, and then I got the news that I was Cinderella kind of after a week.
So do you audition for just one? You pick one?
Well, you'll audition for one role, and then you'll kind of put two backup roles that you would want, but it all just depends on kind of who gets what, and you don't always get a say in what you want, because there's lots of people that want the same role that you want.
It's true. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you'll have a lot of people. You'll have quite a few people that will audition for the same role. So That's probably the most nerve-wracking part of the entire process, from like page to stage, is doing the audition process, because we have so many talented kids, and really there is a lot of times where I'm like, we could put this person in that role, we could put this person, so it's a really kind of a juggling act to go, okay, so if we put this person here and then this person here, and then kind of see how it will balance out, and even just with the chemistry with each other as well, right? And of course we had to do that for 2 shows, which made it even more fun. So yeah.
Macie, how long have you been with Center Stage Studios?
Well, I've done musical theater for a while. I did do it for a bit, but I also do a lot of other activities too. I did volleyball and stuff, so it's hard for me to balance it all. But I joined musical theater again when I was in grade 10. But I've done music my whole life, so I think I've been doing musical theater. I've done 3 musicals, and then I know I did Seussical for a bit too.
Yeah.
For the first term, yeah.
Yeah.
What drew you to it? What draws you to acting?
Well, I'm also a songwriter, and I'm in like lots of bands as well, so I do love music. I also just love like kind of being able to like embody a character and express that. So yeah.
Harmony, did you get the part you were looking for?
I definitely did.
You did, hey?
I auditioned for the fairy godmother.
You want? Oh, the fairy godmother.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the fairy godmother. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were like the mother.
The stepmother?
No,
No.
the stepmother. Yeah. You get to be the fairy godmother.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, that is it. Okay, so, and that was the role you wanted.
Yeah.
That was the role you got. And what is your history with Center Stage Studios?
I think I've been with like Kathryn definitely for like 7 years. Done 8 musicals.
Something like that. I think Lion King was your first one.
Lion King was
so
my
we were
first
when I was
musical.
working back at the college there when
Right.
we had the
Yeah,
program there.
That's when I started. Grade 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know.
Yeah, what got you involved?
Well, I watched The Little Mermaid at the Vic Juba, and I absolutely like fell in love with it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Can I please do this? And then I just finished dance, and I stopped doing dance, and I wanted to like do something creative still. So they got me into musical theater, and I haven't done
I think
anything else
you
since.
started off with a summer camp, right?
I did, yeah. I did a summer camp.
Yeah.
I think that's a big reason why people join, is because when we do the school matinee, where all the little kids will see the musical.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid too, and I saw even the high school musicals. Like I saw when they did Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia was
and
so
I was
good,
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, Mom, I want to be up there. And I think when you're a kid, like so many kids join because they see that and they see their friends on stage.
It's true, yeah.
I think you're crazy.
Why I still think we need to book you a cameo sometime.
Yeah, I just don't know
Heather.
why you'd put yourself in that position. Like, isn't it stressful?
Well, it's worth it.
It is worth it. It's a little bit stressful.
No, it
but
isn't.
In the end,
Hey, have you done it though before?
I have.
Don't knock it until you
I have
try
done
it.
I won some. Actually, in high school, I was very active with the. I won some awards for my acting.
There you go.
In a small town, mind you,
you
and
go.
then I did some in. I'll tell you my experience with theater is I did some when I went to Nate
Oh,
at
okay.
the U of A actually, and I screwed up.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd taken too much on. You know, I was working, I was going to school, and then I was
Yeah.
I was working nights and then studying during the day and then acting.
Oh,
as
that's a
well.
lot.
And I think I just took a little bit too much on, and
Yeah.
it just kind of crashed.
So did you
the day
like
of the
forget your
performance.
lines on stage?
I forgot my lines on stage.
that happens.
And so that's why
It
I'm like,
happens.
you guys are crazy. I never want to go through that
it
again.
happens to the best of us,
really
and
does.
after you do it, you'll never do it again.
No, it doesn't. I've never seen a screw up at Center Stage Studios.
Well,
It
we cover it
happens.
well. We cover it well.
You cover it well. You'll never notice.
Yeah. You don't have the book in front of you, so it's hard to know what the real dialogue was.
So
Live
when-
theater's great.
When you were in Lion King, were you like, I can't wait till I'm
Yes.
character?
Yes, I was a little hyena. I was a hyena and a wildebeest and a bird.
I love that you remember it.
Yeah.
I've met some of my lifelong friends from The Lion King.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about how long they've been, how long they get together, how many times they get together for this performance. And do you have more summer camps coming up?
We do. We actually, we're going to be doing like a 5-week sort of fundamentals class that we do right after our last production. And then this year we're also going to be doing a summer camp as well.
So we'll find out how to get involved with that, and of course how to get tickets. We'll be right back with some of the cast members of Cinderella from Center Stage Studios.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
We're back with Kathryn Edwards from Center Stage Studios and cast members from Cinderella, Macie, Jacobson, and did I say that right?
Yep.
Jacobson and Harmony Pollard are with us as well to share their experience. Let's get the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you get tickets? Let's make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, so actually what's really important to note too, this has not ever, I don't think ever happened to us, so I guess this means we've made it, I don't know. There's actually websites out like StubHub and stuff that are actually advertising for Cinderella, saying you can get tickets there. So it's really important to note, this just happened like a couple of days ago. So just, it's really important to note that you can get your tickets only through the Vic Juba website. So vicjubatheatre.ca.
So somebody's trying to get some scams.
Yeah, there's actually a couple. somebody sent it to me and said, have you seen this? And I went, oh, okay, that's interesting. So I did a little Google search, and there's a couple of there's, and it happens all the time with the events everywhere where people try to get tickets, and these ticket sites, they sell tickets to events, and they're scam tickets. So StubHub wasn't the only one. There was another one online that I saw, and I was like, oh, better put something out just to beware. So yeah, the only place that you can get tickets for Cinderella is either through their website. Again, it's vicjubatheatre.ca, or you can call the box office, 780-872-7400. I've got that memorized because I've said it enough. So you can go down to the box office during their hours, which I believe is 11 to 2 weekdays, and you can purchase tickets in person.
Now, are there tickets for all 3 performances yet?
There is. We actually still have tickets available. They are selling fast. And like you said earlier when we were talking, there's a lot of stuff happening in the community right now. So,
last minute Lloyd, they always come through, and that happened also with Finding Nemo. Is that last week or so is when we really start to get a push for people buying those tickets, and there's a lot of hype that happens too. Some people come to the first show and they're raving about it on social media, and so people are going, oh, I need to see this too. So it's pretty
what
great.
times are the shows?
So our Friday night is 7 p.m. And then our Saturday, we have 2 shows. We have one at 3 and one at 7.
So I was raving about the costume change in Frozen earlier, and you guys said, well, you'll like this without giving too much away.
Yeah, we don't like to give away too much because we don't want to spoil the fun and magic, but there is also a pretty epic costume change in this show as well. So there's some magic happening on stage.
Well, if you've seen Cinderella, you're guessing it's probably through Cinderella.
Yeah. Let's just say the godmother works her magic. There's a few things that are happening in that scene that are pretty cool. So, they like the whole thing, the story is, a pumpkin turns into a carriage and, all that stuff. So you'll have to come and check it out because it's going to be well worth it, I promise.
So being that you've had less time to rehearse, and have you guys been meeting more often?
Actually, no. We've actually been, I guess, like our main cast, it's been pretty much the same. I think in its entirety, I think Finding Nemo was actually a bigger show in the sense that just with the ensemble, there is more for the ensemble to do. This one is a little bit less, it's a little bit more character focused on, like the godmother and obviously Cinderella, obviously, and the stepsisters, stepmother. There is a little bit less for the ensemble, I think. So it wasn't quite as much of an overwhelming show as I think Finding Nemo was. So we actually didn't really have the need to do extra rehearsals, and I mean. I brag these kids up all the time, and it's just so true. They're such sponges, and they come, and they're just so enthusiastic and eager to jump in that this has probably happened, I think, ever since, at least since Center Stage is opened, that I don't have, we give a date where you're like, you have to be off book, and they're all off book way ahead of time. I mean, we've got little kids that are sitting there doing the choreo with the big kids. They're not on stage, they're just off in the corner.
Sophie?
Yeah, she's so cute. Yeah, Sophie and Nora, and there's a few of them, but it's so fun to watch because these kids they jump in with both feet. So it's they crave it. They just want to be there. And so, it really hasn't, the show's come together so quickly and easily.
Harmony, do you see yourself doing any acting, anything after high school? What's your plan?
I would love to. I'm moving to Calgary and I'm going to the U of C, and I'm taking hopefully a nursing degree. So I'm hoping I can fit a drama class in there somewhere, or maybe take community theater or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it's something you hope to keep doing.
Oh yeah. Hopefully.
And how about for you, Macie?
Right now, I'm accepted into Grant MacEwan in Edmonton for singing. And with that, I'll have a lot of time.
Yeah.
My whole life will be based around music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Did you recognize it in Macie right away?
Pardon?
Did you recognize the talent in Macie right away?
Yeah, well, actually, so both girls, I've taught voice lessons with Harmony for a few years now, but she was in musical theater for quite a while. Macie, I actually taught her when she was younger, and then there was a bit of a hiatus there, and then she came back, and so, they're both extremely talented, particularly though, with Macie, she's kind of like this jack of all trades. She's an extremely talented singer-songwriter, and then throwing her into the mix with the musical theater. I'm gonna brag you up a little bit. She was accepted on the spot for her audition when she auditioned into MacEwan. They told her right then and there, which isn't very common. So. But and to brag up both these girls, I do have quite a few students that go to they compete in music festival and go to provincials, and that's where the Canada West and that kind of thing. But these two are also going to provincials as well in June for musical theater classes.
Yeah, so they're both extremely talented. It's just, I just have such a fun job because it's so great watching these kids, you know, start off as like these little guys who look up to the big kids, and then watching them work their way through the ranks and then becoming the starring roles and, you know, achieving all of these accomplishments and stuff. And, you know, I have kids that don't, you know, like they don't always pursue theater per se in a professional level, but, you know, it's a skill that you can take with you anywhere, right? Like, you know, it instills so much confidence in yourself and perseverance, and it really teaches you about, you know, even exploring who you are as a person and humanity. And so it really is
it helps lead you down the path.
Yeah, like it just helps you to be independent and, you know, become leaders, you know, in the community and that kind of thing. So there's so much more beyond just the performance aspect of it, right? So yeah.
So if you want to get involved in a summer camp, you said you're doing a summer camp this year, get involved with Center Stage Studios, what do you do?
So it's not posted on the website yet. We don't have registration up. It will be up very, very soon. I know anytime we finish a production, I get quite an influx of people going, how do I get involved? What can I do? So, and of course, with us being in the new space now, we're able to accommodate a little bit more with what we can offer. And so also to keep our doors open a little bit, you know. We're going to be doing our 5-week fundamentals class that we've always offered that each year, and so that will start pretty much right after we wrap these shows, or this show. It's a 5-week class that they'll do, where it's, if you want to do musical theater and you're like, I'm not sure what it's all about, just kind of get your feet wet. It's a perfect opportunity to do that. So it's 5 weeks, you know, you just it's not quite as, I guess, intense as what a full year would be, but you get to experience, you know, what it's like to learn a song and musical numbers, that kind of thing. This year we are doing our musical theater camps again. We couldn't last year because we were in the process of moving at that point. So, but that will be the last two, like that will happen in August. So we'll do a beginner camp, and then we'll do sort of an intermediate age level camp as well that we'll be offering. So they're not up on the website yet, but we hope to have those up soon, which our website is centerstagestudios.ca.
And for anybody who doesn't know, you're now located in the old furniture clinic building.
Yeah, we are.
You made good use of the park next door too.
We have, we did. Well, we couldn't do it because of the weather, but we had planned our Christmas caroling event out in the parklet. It was too cold that night.
It was -35.
It was really cold that night, and I mean, it's always a hit or miss when you're planning something, as you know, with Here Comes Santa Claus, you know, planning something in the winter, but we're like, let's do it. I don't know, hopefully we can maybe do that again this year, and hopefully the weather will cooperate, but we've actually, just the other day, we went out there and did a photo shoot out in the parking lot.
I saw
and
that,
all in our costumes and everything, and so, you know, we've done a few things like that. I'm hoping to do a few more outdoor things this spring and summer as well, just because it's a beautiful space, and it's nice to be downtown, and I know they really want to revitalize downtown, and so it's really cool to be a part of that and to kind of help contribute to that in any way we can. So
so many costumes. What do you do with them when you
do
you have storage? Or?
Well,
we have a couple of costume
yes, so we have an incredible team for this show. You know, my mom again has been helping do some of the pretty epic stuff that for the sewing. We've had a few in our crew now that have started to kind of pick up and help with some of the, you know, like with the ensemble stuff. A lot of the pieces we actually already had, like the skirts, you know, shirts, all that kind of stuff. So it was just more of like accumulating that and getting what we needed. I think our biggest challenge this year was, because we have the ballroom scene, was acquiring enough dresses for everybody and making sure they fit. So we put a call out this time to see if anyone had like dresses that they could volunteer and a specific style too, right? So then we kind of adjusted those, and we've had some people that have been helping modify the dresses and make them look more, I guess, period appropriate. And so it's a huge undertaking with costumes. It really is. And we did build some extra racks that we've got some extra space to store costumes, but usually our costume space is like overflowing all the time. So yeah.
Anything I'm forgetting to ask about the performance?
I don't think so. I mean, it's just like, I guess, you know, what's really fantastic is just seeing. I just want to give a shout out to like all of our volunteers that help out, because we have a lot of parent volunteers that help out with set and stuff too, and you know, kind of being creative with how we do that. We have a beautiful carriage that you'll have to come and see that was built by one of the grandparents of the cast members. So it's wonderful just to see this community of like the parents also getting involved, and they help out backstage. You know, we our stagehands that help move set pieces on, those are parent volunteers. You know, the watching, like kind of monitoring the kids and supervising the kids backstage, those are parent volunteers as well. So like everything is done on volunteer, you know, like volunteers just donating their time. We've had some people in the community that have also been doing some advertising and sponsorship for us as well, which is great because we really couldn't do any of this without them. It's a huge undertaking to do these shows, like in every aspect. So
well, it pays off when you see.
It really does.
When you get there, you see it.
It really does. At the end of the day, it's just all about giving like our youth an opportunity to shine. And I think that is the most important thing, and that's the most valuable thing about our program, is that, you know, any activity that a kid can do that's getting them out there and, you know, improving on their abilities and giving them confidence and, you know, what, regardless of what it is. And, you know, it's great that we can offer that in the community. Not everybody likes to play sports, you know, and sports are great. I have kids that play sports. I did a few sports myself, but that's not for everybody, you know. I know lots of kids that do dance, and that's fantastic too. But again, it's not for everybody. So it's very rewarding when these kids come in and they build skills and they build confidence, and you watch them grow in maturity, and even just, you know, just as human beings, just finding their place and the friendships, you know, like it's like Harmony was saying earlier. Yep. You know, you build these relationships with each other, and that lasts. I've had kids that message me. She went to she went on a trip to New York, and she had messaged me just out of the blue saying, "We were thinking of you while we were here." And I was like, that's just so cool, you know, like you don't talk to them anymore, but every once in a while you get a little visit. And so it's just great to see these kids just go out into the world and have those skill sets with them. Yeah.
I think like even with the Synovus Hub, part of that is bringing in more acts. Yeah. Yeah, more tours, I guess you would say, stopping in Lloydminster.
The more culture you have in our community, regardless of what it is, the stronger it is, right? You know, like it's really important to any event we have in our community. It's important to come out and support that, regardless of whether it's a sporting event or a performing arts event. You know, these are our kids here in our community, and I can tell you 110%, nothing gives them more excitement and joy than seeing those seats filled, you know, and performing for full houses and getting that applause and that encouragement and support. So it's, you know, it's a great opportunity to take your kids out for something different, you know, exposing them to something different, and who knows, maybe that's where they'll find their passion too.
Maybe that's what gets them off the couch.
Gets them off the couch, exactly. You know, it just broadens. It sounds cheesy to say, but broadens their horizons. Yeah. Anything you can do with your kids like that, just it's well worth it. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Best break a leg.
Oh, thank you.
We will. If you're heading to Kim Mitchell tonight, I'll see you there, and it is a busy week. Of course, the Esso Cup is in Lloydminster. Gold medal game is just around the corner as well. Lots going on. Hope to see you out and about over the next week and a half.